It's not always right there when we need it. Matter of fact, I walked out of the house this evening and left my cell phone. I'm thinking, my goodness, you know? So anyway, we move on now. We're up to fave number 7. And so we're gonna shift gears again. Because you know, our 10 Fave show is a variety show. Fave number 7 is this amazing HP computer that maybe you've seen offered in the past. And in the past, and when I say in the past, I mean just over the last few weeks, because we're literally down to our last in quantity. We've got about 1,000 of them remaining, and then that's it. When we've offered them over the last few weeks, we did have other colors. We're only now down to either black or teal, which is what you see right here. Customer pick on hsn.com, and these are from folks who have gotten this home, used this, started to do all the things that they love to do on their computer, and realized, wait a minute, this computer is fantastic, and I didn't even pay $400 for it. This is the price you would expect to see on a laptop, on like a good laptop, not even a great laptop, but a good laptop. You're getting it for an all-in-one desktop computer. That you're getting the computer, you're also gonna get that wireless keyboard that comes right along with it, and the wireless mouse. You get software included, which I'll tell you about. You also get lifetime tech support, which I'll tell you about on that as well. But when I say an all-in-one computer, this is the whole computer. And I love to turn it to the side to show you. This is all you need. It's nice and thin. Do you see that? One cable. This is how you hook it up. You plug this one cable, which comes along, one into the back and one into the wall. That's it. That's it. That's all you have to do to hook this up. And then this little toggle right here is reading your mouse and your keyboard so that you can easily use that. But you still have more space for other USB ports. You even have a 3.0 USB port built in. And what that means is that if you ever want to download anything, whether it's pictures or movies or what have you, it works 10 times faster than the traditional USB port. So it allows you to be able to download things a lot faster than you normally would, which is going to be great. You've got, again, black or teal, which is going to be your choice. This all-in-one is fantastic because it's got everything that you could possibly want in it, already included. Let me share the features with you. You have, it's powered by Intel, and of course you've got number ones. HP, a #1 name in computer manufacturing. Intel, a #1 name in terms of chip manufacturing, and that's included here. You've got a terabyte of hard drive, and we'll talk about the space and capacity that this can hold. You've got Intel high definition graphics built in as well. A CD and DVD drive, and a lot of computers, you'd be shocked at how many computers today do not come with a CD, DVD drive already built in. You usually have to have that externally. You've got, of course, your wireless keyboard and mouse. You've got lifetime tech support. And let me tell you, that is invaluable. It's 100% US based, 24/7 live tech agents. If you have a question about your computer, you can call them, and no question is too small or too big. They can help you out. They can even live remote into your computer if you allow them to do that. They can help you with computer setting it up, troubleshooting, virus and malware removal. That, like I say, is invaluable because you can spend hundreds of dollars on questions and helping with your computer. This is when I talk about that 1 terabyte of hard drive space. Think about your hard drive like the garage where you store everything. You can store up to 250 hours of high definition video here, 320,000 photos, over 16,000 hours of music. And if this is gonna be, maybe you're saying, I don't really use that much, but this is gonna be the family's computer. So it's not just you, it's you and your spouse and the kids, and everybody's using the same desktop. And the kids are storing, you know, movies and pictures, because you know, kids take a million pictures all the time. They're storing, you know, things on this one. You're storing things. What's great is that you have enough hard drive space that you don't have to delete things in order to store more things. And that's what happens when you don't have enough space. Even when it comes down to putting on different applications and different, you know, pieces of software here, a lot of times if you don't have enough space for that software, you have to delete something if you want to put the software here. you've got a lot of space that comes along with this one. You also have Windows 10, that operating system, and Windows 10 is the most current operating system that we've been using on our devices like this, on our PCs. And if you're familiar with that, then you already know how to use that one. So you've got your Cortana, which is your personal assistant. So if you are, you know, looking for something, if you're storing something, you need help, you know, researching, Cortana can definitely help you out. That's built in because you have Windows 10 here as well. You also have, of course, your built-in speakers. You've got your camera that's there, all of the things that you would expect to have in a great high-end computer that you're not spending high-end price for.